And then I'm going to get rid of my webcam so that you're not looking at the top of my head because I'm going to type. So let me open my spreadsheet. Well, I can minimize. It's telling me I can't minimize. All right, let me try something different here. Here we go. Okay, so you mentioned to me, so what I'm going to do is just take you through a series of questions that really help us understand your journey to where you are running a digital business now. So when you started, you shared with me earlier that you started because you wanted to get your products at a discount. So that was in 2009. So did you run your business traditionally, like going and handing books out door to door, or to friends and family? So tell me a little bit about how you began, and then think about when you really made that decision of, I think I'm going to go after this online deal.
Okay. I started handing the brochures to the people that I was coming in contact with.
Okay.
I was a manager at a Curves location.
Oh, really? Okay. I did Curves back in the day.
So I thought that if I could get the people that were already coming into the gym, that it would give them one more reason to come in. So they would come in to maybe, put in their Avon order, or to pick up their Avon order, or come in to work out, or come in to ask me a question. But I wanted to get them to keep coming back to Curves. I was working on the inside out. As I was going about realizing that I could leave Curves and continue to earn money and continue to get a discount, then I started branching out. Like, I was in my box, but then I was making my box bigger. So I would, stop somewhere on the way home or on the way to work to see if I could leave brochures these restaurants, mom and pop places that I could maybe get their customers when they're in to pick up their pizza or their sub or whatever. So I always was trying to make my box bigger and to see what I could get out of being in a location. So when I decided that I was going to leave Curves, I thought about what I could do on a daily basis to increase my Avon business. And that's when I really after face-to-face customers.
Okay.
Because I built face-to-face first. And then in the course of leaving my brochures everywhere, talking to people everywhere, driving to going on vacation, or being in an airport when I was on the way to an Avon incentive trip. I really did talk to everybody at that time about online, how everything is available online. Here's a brochure. If you see something that you don't see, sure, it is on my online store. So I just kind of work back and forth. If I can't order something through youravon.com, I went on my online store to see if I could get it here. So everything that Avon had available for me.
Okay. So as you were going, as you were doing this, you were consistently starting to send people to your online store when that entered the conversation.
Yes. Because Avon is such an iconic company, and because we're that kind of thing, I always felt like it was the way to start a conversation was, when was the last time you saw an Avon brochure?
Right.
But then on where I was, I couldn't be the person that I always let everyone know about my online store.
Okay. Now, was there a point? Well, let's talk about what tools you used. So, what were some supports that you used that helped you make the shift to where you are now with such a strong digital business?
I was able to bring the website, bring my online store up on the phone, so that it was really everywhere I was. Everybody has their phone with them. It's always in their hand. It's always something that you can click on and get to. You
Uh-huh.
know, always. Um, always include my online store on the back of all of my brochures. If I have notepads or post-it notes made, it's a good thing I'm sitting at my desk. I can look around and say, oh yeah, I have a notepad with my online store, my post-it notes with my online store. I really, everything I do has everything on it. Buy, sell, fundraise, face to face, online.
Okay.
It's on my car. Um, I, I just use everything I can use everywhere I am.
All right. So I have signage on my car. Everything printed has my online store on it.
Including my checks, including the checks I use to pay my bills.
Yep.
And I think that you could,
Okay.
it says buy, sell, fundraise with Avon. It has my name, my address, my online store address.
You know what's weird, Deb? Sometimes you're breaking up and I see you're not moving.
No,
I wonder if it's my internet. I mean, I'm concerned. That's the reason I'm restating, because I want to make sure I capture. So I don't want that to sound irritating. I just don't want to lose your, and it's probably just our internet feed. Who knows? It's storming here, so it may be my end, but.
oh. Yeah, no, I'm not moving.
I know. I see you're still. It's not like you're walking around. So let's think about this. Were there any concerns or fears that you had as you started to move more online that you can share?
No, I just felt it was increase. It's not the only thing I do. Putting in orders through your Avon.com, not the only thing I do. I think that being able to use everything that is available to you is what really helps and moves your business from everything. It increases your sales. It increases your customers. It increases the people in contact with.
I know that we have representatives that may recognize that, but they aren't taking the leap. They are not recommending. They're not, and for whatever reason.
What I think that maybe they're not recommending is maybe they're not using online tools in their day-to-day life.
Yeah.
Where they don't feel comfortable sharing something that they don't personally do. Maybe it's the fact that they're not comfortable with giving their online information and not be 100% sure that they're the ones
Okay.
credit for that sale or for that customer, or will that customer stay connected to them?
Mm-hmm. Do you hear that a lot from your team, Deb, or from other representatives?
I hear it. I kind of also feel like it happens to me. There was a campaign where I got not one on order. Or that I didn't get credit for an online order.
Yeah.
So did I really get no online? I mean,
yeah, you're like, really? How could this be?
Right.
So
I do campaign recognition, every campaign for everybody on my team. So when I'm typing out sales $100 or more for everybody that has online store orders. I realize that my name's not on there. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. I don't know if it's because people are not using that in their daily business or in their daily life. So they're not really apt to share something that they don't personally do. I mean,
Okay.
I just think that if you have those tools at hand, you should try to use them.
Yep. Well, good for you. So when you think about, so let's compare your face-to-face, handing the book, taking the order, delivering. So let's compare that customer, those customers, to your online customer that's shopping online, direct delivery, all of that. Are there a set of challenges that you face with the face-to-face, hands-on customer that you don't face with the online customer?
Yes, I think with the online customer, with the face-to-face customer, you have to spend time really getting to know that person. So that people with you and that you know what you're talking about.
Okay.
In the digital age, I think that people are more free to go online and really shop for something, really read the reviews or
Okay.
okay, that kind of thing. But I think the face-to-face, that if a representative is comfortable with what they're talking about,
Yep.
you can turn off a customer right then and there.
Okay. That's good to know. Um, so would you say, so as you think about servicing that online customer, um, you're not having to work as hard to be to sell the product, it sounds like.
I personally, I don't feel like I'm working that hard to sell that product. The
Okay.
only way that I am is if that customer contacted me, you know, phone, email, text, and asked me a question.
Okay. Got it.
My information, my phone number is there. You know, they can feel free, some of them do feel free to call if they have a question.
So when you decided I'm really going to go, I mean, it wasn't like you made a total shift though. It's like you've been offering both, but do you think there was a time frame when you really felt like you had a rhythm, like you started promoting your online store? How long would you say it was for you when you really felt like you had it figured out, a good rhythm to your business?
I'll let you know when that is a really good question. I would say probably 6 months to a year. Um, I don't I don't believe that everything happens overnight. I believe you have to put a lot of things out into the universe and eventually you're going to get something positive back. So I think that, you know, just continuing to leave more brochures and talk to more people and have my face and my car and, you know, everything out there
Yeah.
that, um, and
And that's kind of what I've heard. That's been a hard question for people to answer because, like one person said yesterday, I'm not really sure I figured it out. I'm like, well,
too. I'll let you know when it happens.
exactly, yeah. But and I knew I've known her for a long time, so I said, well, now let's go back to this time frame. And she goes, well, yeah, I have it more figured out now than I did then. And I'm like, well, you know, it's like, and that was her point. And that it is an ever-changing thing. So
Right.
she said that she feels like there's a risk of thinking you figured it out. But my main point in asking that question is if we were able to take what you've shared with us and say and use it to create a training for a new representative or a training for a leader to use, where we said these are good steps to follow to begin to move yourself to digital, because we really are going to position this, because just like you said, why wouldn't you do this? I've been thinking about that. My son is just starting his own company, and we are a farming family, so he's going to be working in the farming industry. But he gets it that he does need a website, even though probably 95% of what he does will be through referrals and farmers that keep handwritten notes, but he knows I have to be online. I have to be digital. So I believe more and more people are recognizing no matter what kind of business they have to have a digital presence. So as you think about saying to a new team member, I mean, because you're growing your team, Deb, what are some steps you encourage them to take so that they can really, take off faster with digital maybe than you did, because they have that everything at their fingertips?
Right. I do encourage everybody, I encourage everybody that when you're doing your brochures, when you're labeling your brochures, or when you're getting business cards, or when you're putting a sign on your car, or whatever it is that you're doing, that you definitely utilize all aspects of the business. And
Okay.
it's buy, sell, fundraise. You have to continue to say those 3 words: buy, sell, fundraise. And then when somebody picks up your business card or somebody picks up your brochure, all of those things are going to be right there. Your name and your phone number, because not everybody is on the internet. Your online store, so that the people that are on the internet can utilize your online store for shopping, or somebody can pick up the phone and call you. I don't know that as iconic as Avon is, that it will just be always online. I think that people know that the Avon ladies, that it's something that kind of keeps us a little bit grounded and keeps us in the forefront of other direct selling companies, because we've been around so long that everybody knows the name Avon. And
Right.
now that we're in the digital age, we have the ability to reach more people, to reach younger people. Both online, definitely one of the ways to increase not only your sales, but
Well, and with having college age kids, Deb, I mean, and you're really at a greater advantage because you had your children later in life. My sons are 30 and 34 now. So
okay.
I see, I see how different our generations are, where I get the catalog in the mail and I sit down and flip through it.
Right.
Whereas they get the catalog in the mail and they just log into the website.
But I think I'm stuck between the two, Tammy. I
am too. I really, because my preference is I'm hands-on, but I do see myself like going online and looking and then still buying something in a store. So I know, and I think that we need to be careful as we look at Gen X and all these gens, that not to put the baby boomer or older person, the industrialist, into into a category that they're really not in. I mean, yesterday I spoke to someone older than you and I, and she said, I never shop through catalogs. You still shop through catalogs, Tammy? And I'm like, yes, I do. And I would still be happy if I got the Sears catalog in the mail.
Me too. Me too. I think that one of the reasons why I would be so excited if I got those brochures in the mail is because I can compare what we sell to what they sell. It would be, I don't know, I think that would just be interesting. Instead of Googling, who has a white sweater with the red truck and a Christmas tree on, you know what I mean? Like I would be I would be into flipping through those pages just to see, oh, this person has the same kind of sweater that we have, but their
Yeah.
sweater is $135
Sure.
and ours is $35.
Well, and I gave you the example of my one daughter-in-law, but my second daughter-in-law is just like me, and she's the same age as my son. So, my other son. So the one son's wife and my daughter-in-law are the same age. Well, she loves to sit down and go through the catalog just like I do. So I think she's not that true millennial that she doesn't do now. But then what's so funny, she doesn't shop like that online, but she orders her groceries and picks them up at Kroger. It's so funny. It's just interesting, people's preferences.
Yeah,
Oh gosh, I can talk to you another hour, and I have another call. Let me look real quick here. Shoot, I don't want to lose this, Deb. So this has been so good. So when you think about your digital strategy now, what do you do that you will stick with? Or is there something you've tried that didn't work? Is probably a better question for you, since we're running out of time. Is there something you would say, oh, I wouldn't recommend this?
No, because I don't really believe that because something didn't work for somebody else that it's not going to work for me.
Okay.
And I think that because it worked for me, that it won't work for somebody else. I really and truly believe that the more you will get back. And
yep. Okay.
you have to incorporate all aspects of business and, get the people that are online. But, and you can mail a brochure to somebody, but I would still call them and follow up with them.
Sure.
Which is what, Victoria's Secret and Sears and all those other places don't do.
Exactly. I mean, and that's what I was saying to my husband last night. I was telling him about this project, and I've ordered from a company called Fat Brain Toys. They have really cool educational toys. And so, of course, at Christmas time, I always start to get their catalogs. And I said to him, I said, I would have never ordered from them had I not got the catalog in the mail. I mean, I really wouldn't have. And I said, and you see, it's laying over there. I still haven't had time to call. And I'm thinking if they would just call, I would place the order.
Absolutely. And I've mailed brochures to customers knowing that, I was running out of time to deliver into a certain area. So I would mail a brochure and then they would call me. Why did you mail this brochure to me? Because I wanted to make sure that you got it, because I didn't have the extra day to deliver all the brochures. I wanted to make sure you got it.
Yeah. And you do that like you just pop it in the mail yourself. You don't use a service.
I do not use a service. Okay. I'm 100% a one-woman show here, Tammy.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I know some representatives are using campaign mailer.
I've heard good and bad about those.
Yeah, I have too. So
if I put a book in the mail, I want to make sure this can get there. And I don't really want to leave my business, my paycheck, what I need up to somebody else.
Yeah. Now, are you promoting on social media beyond Facebook?
Yes. So far, I don't think that it has happened. I do put things out on Twitter. I am trying to get into Instagram. And I also have my digital business cards to use. I have 7 different cards. One is just about me. One is always my campaign website, and I change it every 2 weeks the day that my website flips. I have one that's that I send to anybody that's interested in fun. I have one that I send when they join my team. I have one that is, I send it to my new people about a month after they've started. So I am trying to do more digital. And
now, is this something you're being able to create in Avon's platform, or this is something you've created on your own?
It wasn't in Avon's platform. I have another platform that I use. It's called Shuffle.
I've heard of Shuffle. Okay.
I love it. Shuffle tells me, Shuffle sends me messages when somebody opens my card. I also use it in conjunction with Twitter, because if you create, I'm going to our campaign brochures. So if you create a campaign in Shuffle to shoot out one of your digital content, it will keep track how many times people click on that card to open it.
Ah.
So I like doing that when I create a campaign for my online store, push it out on Twitter, it keeps track on how many views I get. So I don't know that I've gotten direct delivery orders from that, but I just continue to do it. It's just one more thing that I'm trying to do. I mean, you know, you have to kiss a lot of frogs kind of a thing. It's the same thing with this. You have to do a lot of different things, and then you'll find something that clicks.
So do you have like a strategy of I send this many text messages or I send this many emails? We talked a little bit about your social media strategy, but do you have a process you follow for those other communications?
As far as process, once I create a shuffle card, it's there. It's going to it or create a different card. So that's always on myself from my online store or the Avon Opportunity with those cards.
Okay, very good.
I do it every day. I mean, I may not run into people every single day, but I am putting it out on Twitter and Instagram. I kind of feel like everybody that comes to this knows that I sell Avon. So for me to there, I think I'm to the point where I just feel like it's a little bit too salesy and they all know.
Yeah, fair enough. I agree. But I think I try to not say I agree because I think that dates me. So I've really been trying to, just be open to there's all different ways, and I think, well, I'm not offended by the same TV commercial over and over. I still watch a show, even though I know I'm going to see that commercial. So I know that marketing online is very similar, but I'm like you. I think the more ways we can find to be genuine, and I think that was what was so refreshing as I spoke with Carla yesterday, is that she said she's still making those contacts with her customers, but now it's all about the relationship because she's not having to call for the order, and write down the product number and the page and all those things. It's just about, thank you for ordering. I want to make sure that you saw this, but tell me about your little girl's birthday party. I mean, she said she can't believe how much more of a reward there is, and that's been a great benefit. So
absolutely. And I think that you don't get to that point until you learn how to do your face-to-face business and talk to people.
Yeah. So is that probably the best advice you could give a person is learn strong communication skills in person?
That's what we teach our kids too.
Yeah.
To have friends, because all through your life you have to have these skills, and the older you get, hopefully, the better your skills get.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you so much for the time today. I have gotten tons of information. I know I'll be probably reaching back out to you to say, okay, I need a little bit more about this, but
anytime.
I will think of your son at 2:00 today. I'll make me a little sticky note here.
Thank you. Yes, I don't know what time they're leaving. As a matter of fact, I don't even know what the weather's like in Bradford. I keep checking the clock because I'm thinking pretty soon he's going to be in his last final and then he gets to come home. But no snow.
Oh, no. Well, listen, I'll follow up Monday and let you know where we are, if there's more information we need, and then have a wonderful Merry Christmas.
Thank you so much. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.